And we're live. What's going on, everybody? So here we are, summer live stream time. Yo, Fire Strike, what's good, man? Your TV, your broken TV continues to be a joke on this channel. What's going on, Goldhorns? Hey, Vaughn. Hey, TTC. What's up, guys? God, I feel like I haven't talked to you guys in such a long time. It's been over a month since I last streamed. We haven't had a hockey game in like 2 months. Hey, Eddie, what's going on, man? So it's nice to talk to you all. So basically, there's like, this is just a chat. There's no like any particular thing to talk about tonight. There's nothing has to be hockey related. It's just, we're just here to chat and hang out tonight because it's been a long time since everyone on this channel has all gotten together. Probably not. I did the free agency live stream, and then before that it was the Stanley Cup Finals, but I haven't streamed in over a month. So figured that now, middle of August, not a whole lot going on hockey wise. Figured now would be a good time to do a stream, get everyone back together, and just hang out and talk for a little bit. Yo, Jack, what's up, man? Vaughn, Fire Strike, Adam, what's going on, Adam? Nice to see you here tonight in the chat. Yes, Mitch Marner. Marner is definitely going to be a big cap problem for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I just did the trade rumor video today. Marner wants 3 years, $10 million per year. Toronto cannot afford that without moving some serious money. So, man, it's going to be an issue that I think is going to go into the season for the Maple Leafs unless they find a trade partner for Marner. What's going on, Nolan? Nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for being here, everyone. Really appreciate it. Love seeing the names back. You know, it's such our usual crowd. They're not going to have that much cap space. Marner's still a problem, and the Leafs are like $3 million over the cap right now. So yes, they will get cap space when they put Clarkson and Horton on LTIR, but they're still right up against it. It's still going to be a problem, and they're really screwed come next summer when their entire defense is up for everyone except for Morgan Rielly is on an expiring contract for their defensemen. So, wow, interesting cap situation for Toronto for sure. Hey, Willow, what's going on, my man? Hey, that's awesome, Adam. Nice. Next RFA to be signed. Honestly, I think Mikko Rantanen has got to be signed here pretty soon. I don't get why he hasn't been already. He's proven over the past 2 years he's a point per game player or better. He deserves a big long-term contract. Colorado has more than enough cap space to give it to him. So I don't understand why that deal hasn't been done already. But Mikko Rantanen, I think, given the fact that Colorado does have the cap space, that's not an issue, whereas a lot of these other teams like Tampa Bay and Toronto and even the Rangers and certainly Calgary are having cap space problems. That's not an issue with Colorado. They're pretty good cap-wise. So Mikko Rantanen should be re-signing with Colorado pretty soon here. I don't see any reason that this should go on beyond into training camp or anything like that. Well, I think, I don't know, Mitch Marner wants $10 million a year on a bridge deal, which I think is kind of ridiculous. If it was a long-term deal, absolutely, but a bridge deal at $10 million a year, I think is a little steep. They maybe could get him down to 9.5. I don't see Marner signing for anything less than 9.5. And if he does sign at 9.5, it's going to have to be a real short-term deal. A long-term deal, he's looking for like 11, 12 million per year, which I think is a little outrageous at this point, but that's what he's going for. And that's what the market keeps going up. Players keep getting paid more and more. So that's what he's looking for. Hey, Panther, what's going on, man? Thanks for being here. Good to talk to you. On a scale of 1 to 10, do I think that Cale Makar will win Rookie of the Year? I'll give that a 7. I think Makar has a really good shot at Rookie of the Year. I'm a huge Cale Makar fan. I loved watching him in college. I love his skill set. I love everything he brings to the table for the Avalanche. I do. He's definitely my top guy to win Rookie of the Year. Yes, Fire Strike. It has been a long time, and these streams are always fun to do. So I'm glad we're back doing one. Yeah. Well, Mitch Marner knows that he can get a big contract, so he's going to do what he can to get a big contract. Oh yeah, I absolutely. There's no way Marner's back for training camp. He's definitely going to miss training camp for sure. Hello, I like money. That's pretty funny, Willow. Yep, classic Mr. Krabs. Hello, I like money. So nice to have so many people here in the chat early on watching. This is great. Remember, I think pretty much everyone here is already a subscriber. But if you're happy watching and you're not yet subscribed to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, and also give this stream a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It really helps out in just getting the channel in a lot of different ways, getting the channel seen, getting the video seen and stuff. So likes are always appreciated. Subscribers are always appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, honestly, probably Diz. He will. He'll sit out training camp. Then they'll come to some short-term agreement, and then Marner will be out of shape and not play as well. And I would not be surprised at all if he ends up a lot like what happened with Nylander last season. Jesus, Eddie, that's interesting. No, I will not be storming Area 51 TTC, but maybe some people here are in on that. Oh my God. Wow, what a classic throwback there, Byron Leftwich. Will the Bruins trade David Backes to clear some cap space? They're not going to get a trade partner for David Backes. I just don't see it happening. They're not going to have a trade partner for Backes. No one's going to take on that contract. I thought that about Lucic as well, and now Lucic is on the Flames, but that involves retained salary. I just don't see it happening. When will Chara retire? I think that this is Zdeno Chara's last season without a doubt. 100%, I think this is it for Chara. He's still a good player, but he's slowed down so much. And, I mean, you can really tell that he's coming to the end here. And, honestly, if the Bruins had won the Cup this past season, I think he was going to retire this past season. I think he was going to go out on top as a Stanley Cup champion and just end it. Boston, as we all know, we were here, lost Game 7. So I think he will play this season for sure. But I think that no matter what, whether the Bruins are good, whether they're not, whether they win, whether they don't, I think that this is it for Zdeno Chara. This will, in my mind, will be his last season. Do I watch Ireland Boys? No, I've never even heard of that, Goalhorns. Oof, that's an interesting question, Panther. Would you rather miss the playoffs or choke in the first round and get reverse swept? I would definitely rather miss the playoffs altogether than make the playoffs but get reverse swept in the first round. Absolutely. Would rather just not even make it at all, get the better draft pick. And getting reverse swept, I think, is pretty much one of, if not the worst things that you can do. No, Tampa didn't even get reverse swept. They just got straight out swept, which I don't know which is worse. It's hard to tell. I mean, going up 3-0 in a series and then still losing is just downright awful. And believe me, as a Bruins fan, I watched my team do it in 2010. That's pretty bad. But getting swept is also bad. And also not making the playoffs sucks too. But at least if you miss the playoffs, I mean, you get the better draft pick. I don't know. It all would suck. I don't even know what Ireland Boys is, so you guys will have to fill me in on that. Um, hey, Maddie's in the chat. What's going on, Maddie? Thanks for watching, man. Really appreciate it. Um, yeah, the Lightning do struggle in the playoffs from time to time for sure. Connor McJesus, the best player in the game, most best pure talent for sure. What else we got? So, I mean, obviously, we're talking a lot of hockey so far. Hey, Hockey Nation, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Oh, damn. That's funny you said that, Adam. I almost forgot. I got it right here in my NASCAR Xfinity Series koozie that my buddy Sal got me. So shout out to Sal, Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. He also now has a football channel. If you're a fan of football, his Final Yard Football is my buddy Sal's new football channel. He'll be doing a lot of NFL coverage this season. And I do have a beer here, so I'm going to crack this and get drinking, just hanging out. And yeah, shout out to Sal. He got this at the New Hampshire NASCAR race, and he brought this back for me. So shout out to Sal for that. Do I know the movie Good Boys? No, I have not seen that or really even heard of that. Oh, damn, it's so hot in my room right now. I do not know that movie. Oh, damn, Fire Strike. That sucks, my man. I'm really sorry to hear that, but yeah, man. I mean, that's life. Stuff like that happens. Shit happens, but I mean, it's never easy. It's never fun to go through something like that. So, support for my man Fire Strike here in the chat, going through a tough time, but man, you'll get through it, dude, for sure. And we got hockey season coming up to take your mind off it. Yes, Panther, I do have AC, but it's really loud. So I'm not going to have it on when I'm streaming. I'll put it on after the stream ends. Yeah, the broken TV and yeah, it's tough, but hey, we all go through shit and we all got to get through it. So let's just support each other and help each other out. Maddie, Islanders back to mediocrity. I do expect a drop off in the Islanders this season for sure. I don't think they repeat what they did last year. No chance at all. I see it. I think with the goaltending they got from Leonard last year, they're not going to get from Varlamov or Greiss. And I think they take a step back defensively. Last year was just a very, very good year. And I don't think they have that level of success with the Islanders again this year. And that division, I think, got a lot harder. New Jersey got better. Philadelphia got better. The Rangers got a lot better. So that division got a lot harder as well. Preseason starts around the middle of September. Usually they have rookie tournaments first. Then they'll get into training camp around mid-September. Yeah, no, Fire Strikes TV, for those of you that don't know, never, like, I just searched up a picture of a broken TV to put it on the thumbnail to be funny. His TV wasn't physically broken and cracked like that. It would turn off like in the middle of games and wouldn't turn back on. So that's the Fire Strike TV meme that kind of became an inside joke on this channel, but it wasn't broken, like the screen cracked like that. Will the Penguins miss the playoffs next season? I don't have Pittsburgh missing, I don't think. I haven't done predictions yet. I haven't looked through all the lineups yet. I don't think Pittsburgh misses, but that's going to be a very difficult division, so they certainly could. When I look at the Metro, I see 8 teams that think that they're playoff teams. I think all 8 teams think that they should make the playoffs. Obviously, all 8 can't, so there are going to be some disappointed people for sure. I don't know if I'm going to go out and say Pittsburgh misses, but they potentially could. Oh, wow, Goal Horns. Congratulations. Let us know when that's official because, you know, nothing's official until it's official. Yes, that does sound right, Diz. I looked at the schedule today doing a video that will drop tomorrow. I already have it recorded and scheduled. It will come out tomorrow about the NBC TV schedule. That will be the next one. And I think preseason does start September 15th, I believe. I think there's one game on the 15th, and then I think there's a lot more that come in on the 16th. But yes. Yeah, Patrick Laine, he had a really tough year last year. Still had 30 goals, but more than half of those goals came in the month of November. The rest of the year was not a good time for Laine. I don't know. Well, Patrick Laine right now currently does not have a contract. He is an RFA. He has not re-signed with Winnipeg. So he's got to figure his contract situation out first, and then he's got to focus on being a more consistent player because he was not consistent at all last year. I'm not sure how he'll do. I think he has a bit of a bounce back. Last year was really bad overall. So I do think he bounces back. But, yeah, we'll see what Laine looks like. You know, Panther threw his copy of Madden 04 because he finished 11-5 but didn't make the playoffs. That sounds like the Patriots in 2008 when Matt Castle was the quarterback and when Brady tore his ACL, and they go 10-6 that year, but didn't make the playoffs. That was that sucked. What? Fire Strike? Your mom beat an 8-year-old? That's interesting. Capitals still contenders, yes. Washington, as long as they have Braden Holtby in goal, John Carlson is their number one defenseman, and Backstrom and Ovechkin as their top duo up front. The Washington is a Stanley Cup contender for sure. Very, very good team. I think they're going to be a very good team again this year. No, Fire Strike. I did not see that. A girl YouTuber beat her dog in a video. That's probably not something you would want to put online. I don't know. Honestly, I only looked at the month of October for the NBC schedule. I haven't looked at the rest of it yet, so I don't know how much Chicago that they're going to show. However, I think damn, I already forgot. I don't think Chicago is on once in the first month of the season. I don't think Chicago's on NBCSN once in October. Maybe if they are, it's only once, but I don't remember writing Chicago at all. So I don't think they are, which is great for me because I'm sick of seeing NBC show Chicago 20 times a year. How would I feel if Donato returns to Boston? One, it will never happen, and two, that'd be trash because, I think if you saw my video on Ryan Donato, you know my feelings on Ryan Donato. I am not a fan, to say the least. So, yeah, he can stay in Minnesota. He can go there, probably get sent to the AHL at some point this year. And, yeah, I'm all set with that. No, Ottawa will not be on NBC at all. Ottawa is going to be the worst team in the league again this year. That's a team that has a long, long way to go. So, obviously, we've been talking a lot of hockey so far, and that's great. I mean, I'm always down to talk hockey. This is a hockey channel. I love hockey. But this stream was kind of open for everything, so we don't have to just talk about hockey stuff. We tell stories, talk about our summers, talk about stuff that we're up to. I'm going to be on vacation this weekend, so you will not see any videos from me on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday because I'm going to be gone. Just to let you guys know. I have a video that I have already recorded dropping tomorrow morning. I have a video, NHL Remember Him. The next episode of that will drop on Friday morning. I've already recorded it and uploaded it. It's just scheduled to drop it Friday morning. And then you won't hear from me this weekend because I will be away and not even really have internet access, so I certainly won't be doing any videos. I'll be out western part of the state with my friends doing a doing a really cool tubing trip, so I won't be around this weekend. Oh, okay. That makes a little more sense, Hockey Nation. I think I got that now. Yeah, I'm going on a tubing trip with my friends, so it's going to be a really fun time. I have never been water skiing. No, I'm not a big water guy. I really am not. But it's fine every once in a while. But I'm not a big water guy, so I haven't done all that much stuff as far as water goes. This is actually my first time on doing a tubing trip, so this is going to be a new experience and should be a lot of fun. No, Jack, I have never been to Webster. I've heard of it, obviously, but I've never actually been there. No. Will PC make the Frozen Four this year? I sure hope so. I'm hoping to be going to a good number of PC games this year. So I definitely hope that they're a top 20, top 20 high level team again this year. Hope they make the tournament and hope they go to the Frozen Four. Frozen Four is a little much to ask, as only 4 teams in the whole country get there. But I certainly hope that they make the NCAA tournament again, which they normally do. Philly is on NBC a lot this year. For a team that was not good last year, Philly is on NBC a lot this year. All right, so I think tubing is going to be really fun for sure, guys. I've never been, so it's going to be a new experience for me. All right, so we got a Panthers Flyers matchup on NBC. That will be a fun game for sure. PC is Providence College Fire Strike, my favorite college hockey team. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have the NBC schedule up in front of me. I looked at it earlier today, but I really only looked at October. I didn't look at all beyond that. So if someone out in the chat has that NBC schedule up, maybe they can be more helpful with answering questions about what NBC is showing. Oh, really, Maddie? That's awesome. My sister's going to PC, so that's really cool. Your cousin's going there? Nice. Dunkin' Donuts or 7-Eleven? Well, you go to that is kind of hard to compare those two because they're kind of different. You go to Dunkin' Donuts for something very different than you go to 7-Eleven for. I like both places. I went to 7-Eleven a lot when I was in college because it was right down the street from my school. We walked there all the time, middle of the night to get late stuff because it was open 24 hours. But definitely like Dunkin' Donuts too for coffee. And I go to 7-Eleven for very different things than I go to Dunkin' Donuts for. So it's hard to compare them. No, I did not go to PC. I was not nearly smart enough to get into that school. But I'm a big PC hockey fan and have been for a number of years now. Going down a river, Adam. Going down the river. Yeah, I've got pretty big expectations for the Panthers this year. I fully expect them to be a playoff team. If the Panthers miss the playoffs again this year, that's good. That's a big problem. Like, no more excuses with this team. They have to make the postseason this year, and I think they will. They've got a good team. I think they will. I went to Worcester State University, a small state school in Massachusetts. No D1 sports or anything like that. Just a pretty random school in Worcester, but it was a fun time. See, I don't think that the Canadians are better than the Panthers. when you put the rosters up side by side, I think there's no way that the Canadiens are better than the Panthers. The Canadiens don't have that much offense. And Max Domi had an incredibly good year last year. He kind of overachieved. He's probably not going to do that again. I really I think the Panthers have a much more talented lineup than the Montreal Canadiens do, without a doubt. No, I don't think Montreal's roster is really that good at all. No. Will the Wild make the playoffs next season? No. Nope. That Central Division is just way too good. I do not think that Minnesota makes the playoffs. There are a lot better teams in that division than Minnesota. The Worcester Sharks were gone by the time I got to Worcester. I used to watch the Worcester Sharks play in Providence when they played the Providence Bruins, but I did not see a Worcester Sharks game in Worcester. No. Panther. BC. Boston College had a really rough year last year, or really the last couple years haven't been great for BC. So they're definitely going to look for a turnaround season at BC this year. Another college hockey powerhouse team. Yeah, the Wild kind of do have certainly sort of become forgotten. Yeah, I think Florida is better than Montreal in pretty much every way. Boston and Montreal is not a bad matchup for Boston. I don't think so at all. Boston had pretty good success against the Canadiens last year. Lately, Boston's been beating Montreal most of the time. I don't think that's a bad matchup for Boston at all. I think Boston's handled their business with the Canadiens pretty well recently. The Wild do need a rebuild. They're old and I don't see a lot that I like there with Minnesota. I think they're going to be one of the lower teams in that division for sure. Predictions on how Boston will place next season. I think Boston finishes third in the Atlantic. Boston finishes number 3 in my mind. So they're a good team. They're a playoff team. I think they finished third. Do I think that the Flyers should rebuild? See, I mean, the Flyers have kind of done a rebuild on the fly type thing where they have a lot of young players. Giroux and Voracek are obviously the stars there, the veterans. I don't think the Flyers really need a rebuild at this point. They have a lot of young talent. I love Travis Konecny. Nolan Patrick hasn't been all that great, but he's still got time to develop. Provorov's there on the back end. Carter Hart's in goal. I don't see how they would benefit from a rebound. They already have a ton of young talent. Flyers need to win now. They need to stop wasting Claude Giroux, stop wasting Jake Voracek, and the Flyers need to get it together and win now. Andrei Markov heading back to Montreal. Andrei Markov's so old and has been out of the league for a couple of years now. I don't think that's an improvement at all for Montreal. Jason Pominville, another older player who really good veteran guy, but doesn't bring a whole lot to the table at this point. I don't see how Montreal gets better from either of those moves. Thoughts on the Blackhawks? Blackhawks will contend for a potential playoff spot this year, probably as a wild card. I still think they're a little bit short. I think they missed the play. They're probably one of the first teams in the West to miss the playoffs. They'll probably only miss by a couple points, but I think that they just fall a little bit short. No, there's no way Montreal finishes higher than Toronto. I actually have Toronto finishing second. Wow, okay. Panther, that would actually be pretty funny to do. Did I see the Capo Caco? No, I did not. Hey, Def, what's going on? Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, I agree with Firestrike, actually, exactly. I agree with Firestrike exactly. Tampa, Toronto, Boston, Florida, those four make the playoffs. Montreal, Buffalo, Detroit, Ottawa all miss. Yeah, I mean, Philly really is a toss-up heading into this season. I think Philly could finish as high as third in that division, or Philly could finish, dead last possibly. I really don't know what to think of the Flyers. PK Subban is now on the New Jersey Devils, TTC. Thoughts on the Jets heading into the season? Winnipeg's in trouble. Winnipeg is a team I expect a large drop-off from this past year. Could possibly miss the playoffs given how good that division is. Winnipeg's in trouble. They've got bad salary cap issues. They have a lot of issues with RFAs who they haven't signed yet. Their defense took a huge hit, losing both Trouba and Myers. Not good. Not good in Winnipeg. I think we see a significant drop-off this year. How would I feel if the Predators play at Bristol Motor Speedway in the Winter Classic? I think that would be a fantastic Winter Classic. I'd love to see the Preds in it. And, yeah, I got no problem with that. Yep, PK plays for the Devils. My Atlantic predictions I just did. Philly 7th in Metro. Well, that would be a very disappointing year, but it's certainly possible in that division. Toronto is the most overrated team in the league. Toronto's made their defense better a little bit this past offseason. They've at least improved defensively. I really like the addition of Tyson Barrie. I like Tyson Barrie a lot. He's a very good player. Toronto, are they overrated? Yes, they're a team that hasn't gotten past the first round at all in their recent playoff appearances. Are they overrated? Yes. I still think there's so much talent there. They're still a very good team. So it's hard for me to say that they're going to, really struggle this season. Metro predictions, I've got no clue. I am completely out on Metro predictions. You will see my Metro predictions when I do my season prediction video. And honestly, with that division, I might just be throwing darts at the wall. Like, I have no idea. That's a team where, like I said, all 8 teams think that they should be a playoff team. And it's just like, well, obviously you're not all going to be that good. So someone's going to be very disappointed. Some teams are going to be very happy. I have no idea. I feel like in the Metro, all of those teams are really like right on top of each other. And a team could finish second or a team could finish last, and you really have no clue. Hey, Kevin, what's going on, man? Of course I remember you. Absolutely. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yes, Vaughn. Yes, they did. And I am going to do a video making fun of all of them when it's mid-season and the Buffalo Sabres are like 25 points out of a playoff spot and absolutely suck again for like a 10th year in a row. I'm going to do a video trashing all the people who didn't like my Sabres video because they're going to stink again. They've got no offense outside of their first line. Their defense is mediocre at best. Their goaltending is, I mean, when you look at their goaltending duo compared to other teams around the league, it's bottom 10 in the league for sure. Just oof. No possible way Buffalo's good this year. A lot of people were saying that the Jets were going to be the 2023 Stanley Cup champs. Well, it's only 2019 now, so we'll see. But the Jets have big-time salary cap issues. Pittsburgh dead last in the Metro. I don't think that happens. You can think that all you want, Johnny. I do not think that happens. The latest I've heard about Jake Gardiner is that he's in talks with signing in Montreal. That I don't know if there's any truth to that or if that's just a random report, but I've heard that Gardiner is in talks to sign with Montreal. That's it. Would I be shocked if Edmonton makes the playoffs with Holland in 5 years? I would be shocked if it's with Holland because I think I've made my thoughts about Ken Holland pretty clear. I don't think he necessarily makes that team better. But when you have Connor McDavid, I mean, if they put anything decent, even just remotely decent around Connor McDavid, they could potentially be a playoff team, especially since they play in the weakest division in the NHL. I think that the Pacific Division is by far the worst division in the league. And so they could potentially squeeze a playoff spot in the next few years because they have Connor McJesus. That's all you need. Do I know Nick Robertson? No, I do not. The Metro is absolutely stacked for sure. Pacific predictions are not easy because they all could stink. All those teams in the Pacific could stink. Other teams could be surprisingly good. I expect a big step back from San Jose this year. I think the Flames won't be as good as they were last year. The Pacific for me is one of the harder divisions to predict just because I have no idea who's even remotely good in that division. Jackets will miss the playoffs. I also think Columbus misses the playoffs this year. Caps are the only ones. Yeah, I have the Caps winning the Metro for sure. Fire Strike, isn't that basically what it was last year for the Pacific? Except switching Vegas and San Jose, wasn't that pretty much what it was last year? I feel like something's going to change. Something's going to be different in the Pacific this year. But I have Vancouver 100% being a playoff team. That team's gotten so much better. They could potentially finish second in that division. They've gotten so much better this offseason. JT Miller, Michael Furlan, Tyler Myers. I mean, that team is way better than they were last year. Not to mention still Brock Besser, Elias Pettersson, that young talent that they have, Bo Horvat. I am all on the Vancouver hype train heading into this season. 14 of 16 teams in the East could potentially make the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd say maybe 12 out of 16 maybe. But yeah, the East is going to be a dogfight all season long for a playoff spot for sure. I also, obviously being a Bruins fan, hope that the Bruins make the finals again. Yeah, I'm not doing Pacific predictions right now. No way. You guys can see my official predictions when we get closer to the season and I do my predictions video. And Toronto defensemen do turn the puck over a lot, Willow, for sure. Should the Bruins trade Krug? I don't know. I haven't really made my decision on what Boston should do with Krug yet. They're not going to be able to afford to re-sign him after next year. He's heading into the last year of his contract. So I think it would make sense, but he is such an important piece to that team. If Boston does want to make a Stanley Cup run this coming season and try and get back to the finals and actually win this time, I don't see how they're going to do that without Torrey Krug as a part of that defense core. So if you trade him, I think you kind of give up on a cup chance this year for potentially maybe a better future. And if you don't trade him, I think you're all in on a cup this year because you're not going to be able to re-sign him next summer. Ken Holland will bring Mike Green to Edmonton. Oh my God. If he does that, that will be a video. Oh my God. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, I already feel bad for McDavid. He's the best pure talent in the league, best player in the league right now. And he's being wasted by Edmonton for sure. Central predictions are also very tough. All predictions are tough. You'll see my official predictions in the prediction video. I think Vegas is going to be good, especially in that division, which is a weak division. Do I watch the TSN Bar Down? No. I've seen a few of their videos, but I don't watch them regularly. No. I know I don't see how Arizona is better than Vancouver at this point. What has Arizona done other than add Phil Kessel? That's all they've done. They've added Phil Kessel. That's it. They lost Galchenyuk, although that's not a huge loss, but they lost Galchenyuk. They brought in Kessel. Carl Soderberg, I'm not a fan of at all. I think him as being a second-line center is a joke. He's a third-line center at best. And I don't think Arizona's defense is all that great. I think Vancouver's absolutely overstepped Arizona this offseason. I think Vancouver may have overstepped San Jose this offseason. San Jose has no depth right now. Worst team next year, Willow, will 100% be the Ottawa Senators. They are going to blow. Absolutely blow. Yeah, I mean, I will certainly not be upset if Pittsburgh misses the playoffs. I just don't see. I still think they're good enough to make it. They still have Malkin. They still have Crosby. They still have Letang. They have Matt Murray in goal. They've got Jake Gensel. I mean, they're still a very good team. Oh, God. Fire strike. Funny, man. Ken Holland bringing Advocator and Erickson to Edmonton. Ugh. Oh, my God. That's wicked funny, Panther. I don't know if Holland's that dumb, but that would be interesting. Yes, Char is the oldest player. Yep. Yes, I would 100% be willing to trade David Krejci for a better future. Absolutely. That also, though, that kind of move would also be giving up on a Stanley Cup this season for a better future. Yeah, Ottawa's going to stink. I have no idea why the Flyers signed Kevin Hayes to a 7-year deal. Kevin Hayes had 55 points last year, and they gave him a 7-year deal at over $7 million a year. That is a joke of a contract. Hayes is not even close to worth that. That I think was a bad deal for the Flyers. Islanders are not the worst team. Absolutely not. They're bringing back largely pretty much the same group as last year, with the big exception being Robin Lehner not in goal anymore. I don't think that they're going to be the worst team, but I do expect a step back. Goalhorns has a story. Okay, go for it. I look like a younger version of Jack's sophomore English teacher. I don't know your English teacher, but maybe. Yeah, Islanders will not finish last. Krejci had a very, very good year last year. But if you can trade him high for a lot in return and make the future better, I think you have to consider it. Yes, I do remember that fire strike when the Hayes trade happened. Yep. David Clarkson will never play. He's done. David Clarkson's done in the NHL. No, I'm not a Semyon Varlamov fan at all either, Maddie. So I think goaltending is going to be a huge step back for the Islanders this year. Wait, what Goalhorn? So when the playoffs started, you made a bet with everyone in your class that if the Capitals lose to Carolina, you have to wear a Hurricanes jersey. Okay, so the Capitals did lose to Carolina, so I assume that you wore a Hurricanes jersey to school. I hope you held up your end of the bet. Ooh, I don't know about that. I'm not a big fan of many of the Bruins prospects. I think some of them could be good. I think a lot of them are highly overrated. So I don't know if Boston has the best future of all the teams in the Atlantic. There's a lot of a lot of there's a lot of overrated prospects, I think, in the Bruins organization. And I see Providence a lot, and I really don't see a whole lot in the AHL that I think has NHL potential. With the exception of Trent Frederick and Jack Studnicka, I really don't think there's a whole lot down there for Boston. All right, guys. So wow, we're over 45 minutes here, almost to an hour. So keep on chatting, guys. It doesn't have to be hockey related, like I said. We're open to talking about anything else as well. So if you guys want, we can talk about other stuff. Yeah, NBC's opening night. They have two games. First is Washington and St. Louis. I think that will be a good game to watch, and then San Jose and Vegas late game. That will be fantastic. What a great way to start the year. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with NBC's early season coverage this year. And you'll all hear more about that in the video that will be coming tomorrow about the NBC's October NHL schedule. I give my opinion on all of that, go through the games that they're showing, stuff like that. So be sure to check that out. It will post tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And it's already recorded and uploaded, just going to post tomorrow. Which team do I think has the saltiest fans? Ooh, every fan base gets salty at times. I think I don't know. It kind of depends. I think Toronto's fans are absolutely up there. Pittsburgh fans are absolutely up there. Yeah, for me, it's probably Toronto. Pittsburgh's a close second in my mind. No, NBC should not show all the Bruins games next year. NBC should show a wide variety of teams in different matchups, hopefully mostly divisional matchups, but a good mix of Western and Eastern Conference, a wide variety of teams, and just overall fun, entertaining games to watch. Wow. Think that the Flames will win the Cup next year. They don't. What my problem with the Flames is their goaltending. The Flames don't have a starting goalie. David Riddick was kind of good last year, but then he was absolute garbage down the stretch. And Mike Smith ended up taking over. And Mike Smith ended up taking over the starting job again. So I don't trust Riddick. I don't trust Cam Talbot. I mean, he was an absolute dumpster fire in Edmonton. The Flames have no goaltending. I think the Flames could miss the playoffs next season. They have no goaltending. In their defense, outside of their top four, I'm not a big fan of their defense. They really don't have much for defensive depth. So if somebody gets injured, if you're missing a guy like TJ Brody for, say 6 to 8 weeks, if you're missing Mark Giordano or Noah Hannafin for a long period of time this year, you have no one that can step in and fill that role defensively for the Flames, I'm not that high on the Flames this year. I think they take a big step back from where they were last year. 100%. They overachieved last season. They absolutely overachieved last season. I think we're going to see a sharp drop off in them this year. Oh, damn Panther. Hey, Austin, what's going on, my man? Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping in, and good to see you in the chat. Yeah, this has been a fun night so far. Wow. Okay, Firestrike. That sounds absolutely sick. Sounds like going to take a long time, but sounds like a lot of fun though. No, I like Rasmus Andersson a lot, and I think he can be a top 4 defenseman for them. When you get past their current defensive lineup, they don't have anything after that. Their top 6D need to stay healthy the entire year for the Flames to really have a good defense core. If they lose someone out of their top 4, you're getting into AHL level defensemen at that point. I just don't like the depth there. I don't like the depth, or I mean lack thereof. No, I'm probably not going to get drunk at 1K, Willow, but I do have a lot of stuff for when this channel does get to 1,000 subscribers. So hopefully that is soon. How long do I think Marner sits out? Marner could potentially sit out the whole season. Toronto does not have cap space. Marner wants a massive deal. He could get traded. They could trade to open up some cap space. But this whole Marner situation in Toronto is a fiasco at this point. And I really have no idea what's going to happen. This is probably going to be the only stream for the summer. This is going to be the summer stream. And I'll get back into streaming once the season starts. But this is probably going to be it for the summer stream. Yeah, Boston does not have a third line. Really, it's a second line winger that they need. They don't have a second line right wing. That's the biggest issue on Boston's lineup. Do I like Mike Green? Mike Green is not the player that he used to be. He's aging. He's older. He's starting to go downward pretty significantly. I used to think Mike Green was a great player. I mean, he was a great player. He was a fantastic offensive defenseman. I just think he's on the backside of his career at this point. What player in the NHL has the most facial hair? Probably Brent Burns. You should make a channel awards thing where I give awards to subscribers. All right, maybe I'll look into that. I want my Face ID should already be enabled. What is this? Sorry, I just got something on Instagram. Yeah, Brent Burns has definitely got the most facial hair. That would require a girlfriend, Goal Horns, which currently does not exist. So that ain't going to happen. Show the game. Here's the show the game jokes. Here we go. Yeah, no, I will never be showing the game on this channel. For sure. Definitely not. I think Vegas is going to be very good next year. They still got Fleury. They've still got that. They're very tight against the salary cap, but they've kept a good portion of that core together. They've lost some depth, absolutely lost some depth, but I still think Vegas is going to be very good. Oh God, don't even get me started on Danton Heinen. Danton Heinen sucks. He is my least favorite player on the Boston Bruins. Danton Heinen sucks. He's useless. He does nothing 90% of the time. I cannot stand Danton Heinen. I was pissed when they re-signed him. They should have just let him go. Traded him away or not give him an offer. Just let him go. Danton Heinen sucks. No, Matt Cook's a piece of garbage. One of my least favorite players in NHL history. Um, no, Dan Heinen sucks. He's a cupcake. He's soft. I mean he just no, not my kind of player at all. I cannot stand Dan Heinen. He's a cupcake. He's the wimpiest player on the team. He disappears. He's useless. Do I think Seattle will be good once it becomes an official team? I have no idea. No, Dan Heinen sucks. Awful. Complete wuss bag player. Another Ryan Donato type guy that I would love to just see them get rid of. I have no idea about Seattle. Vegas ended up being very good right out of the gate. I have no idea if Seattle is going to be that good. It's largely going to depend on the approach they take to the expansion draft, who they hire as management. Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, Ryan Donato was good for like a week in Minnesota. And then what happened to the Wild? Oh, yeah, they completely collapsed down the stretch, finished last and out of the playoffs, and just are complete garbage. Yeah. No, Ryan Donato's trash. The Minnesota Wild are trash. Dan Heinen can go right there with them. Who has a better rookie year, Capo or Jack? I don't know, honestly. I think they both should be good this year. I think they both should be good. They're both in situations where I think they can thrive. I think that they're on decent, improved teams, to say the least. I think that they both can be good. Will Ryan Donato be in the minors this year? I would not at all be surprised if at some point this season Ryan Donato gets sent to the AHL. I would not be surprised at all. He'll be playing for the Iowa Wild at some point because the coach will be so mad at his inability to do anything right. All right, so we've been talking about hockey for most of this hour. Anyone got anything non-hockey related they want to talk about? Any stories? Anything cool they did this summer? Anything cool they're going to do? Going back to school? Anything non-hockey related that you guys want to talk about? Because quite honestly, no, there is no politics on this channel. Absolutely not. No, we are not touching politics. That is the one thing that is an absolute no-go. How tall am I? I am 5'8", which is not very tall. So all those Tinder bios that say don't swipe or swipe left if you're under 6 feet. Yeah, I'm just screwed because I am not 6 foot tall. Whoa, Vaughn's back to school in 5 days. Damn, Vaughn, that sucks. It's early August and you're already going back to school. That sucks. Kids around here where I live don't go back to school until September. GTA 6, hopefully coming soon. Yeah, I mean, GTA 5, God, it's been out for years now. I have GTA 5. It's a great game. Excited for GTA 6, but yeah, hopefully coming soon. It's been a long time. It's like waiting for a Tool album, which funny enough is about to come out. Oh, damn, Panther went to Miami Beach. Nice, my dude. I'm sure the girls were nice there. I am sure the girls are nice. Panthers back to school next month. Goldhorns is the same height as me, 5'8". Jack's back to school in 20 days. GTA 7, I guarantee you they haven't even thought about GTA 7 yet. because GTA 6 isn't even done yet. Do I watch other Boston sports? Yeah, I watch. I mean, football and hockey are my two big sports. I don't really watch baseball a whole lot. I don't watch basketball at all, but I am a Boston sports fan in general for sure. Oh, Panthers a shorty. Yeah, 5'3" or 4. Oof. Definitely on the short side there. Hey, Emily, welcome to the chat, Emily. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. She goes back August 27th. Yeah, end of August or early September, depending on the school system, is about when we go back, at least around where I'm from. Yeah, Patriots preseason game tomorrow. You 100% will be watching that. Really, really excited that football is back. It's always great when a sport you like first comes back. You're just so happy to be able to watch it again. That's me right now with football, and then come October, that's going to be me with hockey as well. Vaughn's 5'6", Jack's 6 foot. Nice. Johnny's almost 6 foot. Maddie goes back September 1st. Hockey Nation's 5'8". Nice. Okay. Who do I think will win the 6 playoff spots in the AFC? Oof, that is a difficult question. I haven't even thought about that. I need to actually think about that before I can answer that, man. I can't. I mean, all right, AFC East, Patriots are going to win it, obviously. So Patriots won. And AFC West, Chiefs all the way. So Patriots and Chiefs will be your top 2 teams. AFC South, I think the Colts probably win. So give the Colts that 3rd spot. What's left? The North? Ooh, who wins the North? The Ravens or the Browns? I'll give it to the Ravens. With Lamar Jackson as quarterback, though. What about Pittsburgh? Does Pittsburgh bounce back this year? Oh, damn. See, this requires me too much to think about. I definitely think that the Patriots, Chiefs, Colts, and Patriots, Chiefs, and Colts are guaranteed playoff teams, unless they lose their quarterback or something major like that happens. Other than that, I really don't know, guys. I think the Texans have a chance to make the playoffs. I mean, they have Deshaun Watson, so that gives them a chance from the get-go. I think the Browns are much better this year. They certainly have a chance to make the playoffs. I think the Ravens could be a playoff team. I think the Jets could be, if Sam Darnold develops the way that he should, adding Le'Veon Bell, maybe a little bit better defense, the Jets could maybe contend for a wild card spot. I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be fun to watch, but I really don't know who makes it. Yeah, funny, Vaughn. I absolutely hate the NBA, so I will not be watching the NBA season. Do I watch WWE or UFC? Not really. I used to watch WWE when I was a kid. I think it's absolute garbage now. It used to be so much better back in the old days. UFC, if it's on, I'll watch from time to time. I do like it, but I don't really follow it closely or anything like that. Have I ever worn my merch in public? Yeah, I wore one of my shirts the other day, actually. Yeah, I wear my shirts and hat all the time, honestly. Yeah, Tom Brady, I mean, he's the GOAT. He's incredible. No, I don't think Peter Chiarelli gets hired by the Wild. I think it would be absolute suicide for the Wild to hire Peter Chiarelli. They're not going to do it. No chance. Yeah, I'm a huge football fan. Football is my second favorite sport behind hockey. I cannot stand the NBA. I don't like basketball. I hate the NBA. I am not a basketball guy at all and never, ever will be. The old Hard Rock hat is right over there across the room on the shelf, but I'm wearing the merch hat tonight for this. But it's right over there. I wear that one a lot too. Yeah, no, the Jaguars are not good. Not anymore. They had that one really good year, and I really hopped on the Jaguars hype train. And then last year they went back to being garbage. And yeah, no, they're not good. Yes, I love GTA 5. It's a great game. I've played it all the way through and beaten it. Now I just run around and start, having fun, doing random stuff, stealing stuff, shooting stuff. But GTA 5 is a great game. Yeah, that's all right, Fire Strike. But as long as that's definitely on your end, though, because I'm not having any issues with the stream on my end. The video I will do if Peter Chiarelli gets hired by the Wild will be, talk about me just roasting someone. God, Peter Chiarelli is such garbage. Awful GM. Destroyed the Bruins, destroyed the Oilers. Just no. He's not going to get hired by the Wild. Glenn, I personally have not ordered any of the merch, the design that you made, but that merch has sold on the website to people who are not me. So I have sold some of that merch from the website. So it's out there somewhere, Glenn. Your design is out there somewhere. I personally have not bought it though, just because I don't have a ton of money to spend, and I already got the hat and 2 shirts. I really wasn't going to buy anything else. At least for right now, I wasn't going to buy anything else. No one's really said that, TTC. No, absolutely not. Do not get a higher Chiarelli going in the chat. That's a hell no. Nobody in their right mind would hire Peter Chiarelli to be a team's GM at this point. Absolutely nobody. Yeah, no, that Tyler Seguin trade is one of the worst trades in NHL history. Just absolutely awful. Panther, you can get this hat in red. If you go to the website, you can change the color. You can get this in red. It should look, actually, I think it would look pretty cool in red. I do like the black and silver, but red would also be really cool. So you can buy it anytime, my man. Just go for it. No, we do not need a higher Chiarelli hashtag. No. Oh my God. That would be garbage. Would the Bruins have been a dynasty if Chiarelli never happened? Probably not. I don't think so. He did give some really bad contracts at the end of his tenure, though. Would I pick? No, Vaughn. Absolutely not. What a ridiculous thing to say. Absolutely not. I don't know, Glenn, because Peter Chiarelli had plenty of chances to trade Jesse Puljujarvi and didn't. Obviously, now the relationship between the team and player has gotten even worse. So maybe this offseason Chiarelli would have just dumped him and gotten really nothing back in return. But I don't know. Chiarelli had chances to trade Puljujarvi and didn't. Did I finish my beer? There's like one sip left. There, now the beer is gone, yes. Yeah. I was not a big fan of the Oilers hiring Holland. I think I agree with you, Austin. He really screwed up the Red Wings, and I don't trust him to bring the Oilers back, but that's who they went with, so we'll see how it turns out. Is Sweeney good? He's okay. I don't think he's great. He's done some of it. The thing with Don Sweeney is some of his moves have been very good, and some of his moves have been very not good. he's okay, he's fine, but he's not a top GM or anything like that. No, Tim Thomas won the Bruins the Stanley Cup in 2011, not Peter Chiarelli. That team honestly wasn't even all that great. That was a team, right? That was a good team riding a hot goaltender that was playing great. That's how the Bruins won the cup in 2011. That they were not the best team that year, but they were a good, very good team who got hot at the right time. And then 2013, that was a more talented team than the 2011 team. They just ran into the Blackhawks, who, as we know, were an absolute juggernaut for a number of years. But listen, Peter Chiarelli gave a lot of bad contracts and really hurt Boston long term that Sweeney's kind of had to dig their way out of. Then Sweeney's given some bad contracts of his own, as we've seen. Matt Bolesky and David Backes. Oh, my God. What's my reaction of Jason Spezza in Toronto? I don't really get that move for the Maple Leafs at all, honestly. Spezza has been at this point, not good anymore. Needs to retire. This is probably his last season anyway. I don't get that move from a Toronto perspective at all. Yeah, Johnny, it is funny when Chiarelli is a GM watching him get fleeced in trades over and over and over again, for sure. Yes, Jack, that's a pretty funny analogy. Spezza is not nearly the player that Marleau was when Marleau went to Toronto. Marleau still had a lot left in the tank when he went to Toronto and was a productive player for them. Jason Spezza is going to have like 20 points this season. He's not good anymore. Who is the worst GM in NHL history? Mike Milbury. Well, I don't know. I have no idea if Wayne Gretzky would make a good GM. Probably not, considering he's never been a GM. So I've got no idea. Yeah, honestly, Chiarelli goes to the Wild and then he trades Matt Dumba for Adam Larson. Wouldn't put it past him. Really wouldn't put it past him. I have no idea, Glenn. Chiarelli gives Koskinen a big contract. Well, honestly, Glenn, Chiarelli wasn't the guy, but he had to get permission to do that contract. He wasn't making moves on his own at that point because they knew that they were going to fire him. Upper management in Edmonton had to okay that contract, and for whatever they did, that was wild. Zach Ronaldo for a third-round pick. Was that a Chiarelli move? I believe it was. Or that might have been early on in Sweeney's. Damn, I don't remember. Honestly, Jack, I don't remember off the top of my head. That was either the end towards the very end with Chiarelli or Sweeney's first year in Boston. I don't remember. It might have been Sweeney's first year, but yeah. Zach Ronaldo for a third-round pick was not a smart move for the Bruins, to say the least. Have I played Rocket League? No, I have not. Hang on, I'm trying to keep up here in the chat. I'm already behind. Do I think there could be a lockout in the near future? Yes, I do think the NHL and NHLPA are certainly headed towards lockout. Unless something significant changes, I think when the current CBA is up, it's going to be a tough time for hockey fans because I do think a lockout is on the way. I don't know if it will be the kind of lockout that, costs half a season or, God forbid, a whole season like in 2005. But I do think that a lockout of some sort is on the way unless things significantly change with the whole salary structure, signing bonus money versus salary money, and just a lot of things going on behind the scenes in the NHL. Can we talk about Fire Strike's TV breaking? Sure, if you guys want. Milbury trade, yeah, we know Milbury's an awful GM. Trying to keep up here. Yeah, no, Gretzky does have a lot of power behind the scenes. 100% he does. Yeah, I agree with you, Austin, that Kyle Dubas is overrated for sure. Um, I don't have a favorite fight in the NHL goal horns. I'm just happy anytime players drop the gloves. I'm happy. Um, yeah, that I would say I think is the greatest NHL brawl of all time is 1984 Good Friday brawl between Quebec and Montreal. I can watch that over and over and over on YouTube. It is 100% I think the greatest brawl in NHL history. Um, I don't pay attention to how the goal horns sound at all, Jack. So I don't have a favorite goal horn because I have no idea. I don't pay attention to that. I don't care about goal horns or goal songs or anything like that. I don't even pay attention. Um, yeah, Pittsburgh versus the Islanders in 2011 was a fantastic game. I think there were like seven. No, there might have been more than seven fights. There were a ton of fights that game, and multiple line brawls. The start of the game, Rangers Devils 2012 opening faceoff, 3 fights. I remember that one pretty well. I was watching that game live as it happened and was absolutely ecstatic to see the game start that way. Yeah, there's so many. There's so many. Do I watch poker? No, I do not. Yeah, the Ottawa Buffalo brawl is a good one, and the Philly and Buffalo brawled a lot in the late '90s. I mean I've watched pretty much every fight and every major brawl on YouTube. So I've seen all of these, and Philly and Buffalo brawled a lot in the late '90s for sure. Um, Colorado and Detroit, I mean, that is a classic 90s rivalry right there. Um, yeah, I do like Austin Matthews. I think he's a very good player. I think he's a great goal scorer, but I do think he's overpaid because he has not produced at the level yet of somebody who deserves over $11 million a year. He just hasn't. He's very good, but he's not an $11.5 million a year player. So I do think he's a little bit overpaid at this point for sure. Oh, damn. That is a nasty injury, Eddie. That sucks. Yeah, I think I have an issue with Matthews being soft. I think he's a very soft player. He shies away from physical contact. He doesn't hit. He doesn't really go to the net. Like he really has no grit in his game at all. And I think that's going to be a big problem for him, especially in the future and especially come playoff time, because you have to play with grit in the playoffs, and he doesn't really have it. He's a soft player. I don't think Chiarelli's getting hired by anybody. Thoughts on Adam Larson? Overrated defenseman, not that good. Um, yeah, not big on Adam Larson. Hey, what's going on, Sal? Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball is in the chat, guys. Make sure if you're a fan of basketball to check out his channel. He does play-by-play of games, and also he has a new football channel called Final Yard Football. Be sure to check that out as well. I'm a much bigger football fan than basketball fan, so I cannot wait to see his football channel this season. But that's my buddy, Sal. Been friends for a long, long time now, basically our whole lives. So be sure to check that out and give him some support. Thank you. That's not going to happen, Panther. We don't have brawls like that in the NHL anymore. We don't have animosity like that, physicality like that. It sucks, but we just don't have that in the NHL anymore. I would love to see it, but it's not going to happen. All right, so damn, we're already almost an hour and a half. This has been a great stream, guys. Just want to say, if you're enjoying the stream, please give it a thumbs up. That helps out a ton with the channel. And also, I know that everyone I've seen in the chat is already subscribed, but if you happen to be watching and are new to the channel and have not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It would be greatly, greatly appreciated. We are on our road to 1,000 subscribers, so certainly, please, if you can help us get to 1,000 by sharing the channel, sharing the video, spreading the word about this channel to your hockey fan friends and family, that would be absolutely greatly, greatly appreciated. Love to see this channel get to 1,000 soon. And obviously, the more likes, the better. Hey, there we go. Forsbacka Karlsson is going back to Sweden. He absolutely sucks. That guy is a most useless piece of trash. I cannot stand him. Absolute garbage. We'll talk about overrated prospect. Ugh. Absolute garbage. Sal's football channel is Final Yard Football, Panther. He just switched over to that in the chat, started using that account. Hey, Akuma, what's going on, man? Yes, haven't streamed in a while. We're doing the summer live stream tonight. We're just chatting it up and talking about everything. Just thanks for being here, Akuma. Really appreciate it. I get very angry, Johnny, for sure, definitely. Wow, Jack, that's awesome. He played against Johnny Gaudreau. That's really cool. Glenn, Hughes, Kakko, or Makar, who wins the Rookie of the Year? I think it's Cale Makar. I have been huge on Makar. Through his time at UMass Amherst in college. I watched him in college. I absolutely loved him. Loved the way he plays. Huge fan. Loved what he did for Colorado last year in the playoffs, coming right in and really becoming an impact player right away. I am a huge Cale Makar fan, and I think he probably wins Rookie of the Year this year. I am pumped. Absolutely pumped to watch his first full season in the NHL. I love that kid. Oh, damn, Austin. That's awesome. Played in a tournament where you played against Cole Caulfield. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'm not surprised he torched you, Austin. That's for sure. Will Colorado get a shot at the President's Trophy? Whoa, let's pump the brakes a little bit. Yes, I am big, big, big on Colorado this year. I love their forward group. I love their top line of McKinnon, Rantanen, and Landeskog. I love Makar. I love Colorado. No, Colorado is going to be a very good team. Johnny, you are wrong if you think Colorado is average. They are not average. They're going to be a very good team. But let's pump the brakes on the President's Trophy talk. I don't think they're the best team in the league. Just definitely not there yet. Colorado probably finishes second in the Central Division this year. I think Colorado finishes second in the Central. They're going to be a very, very good team for sure, though. I don't think they're President's Trophy good, though. Yeah, Colorado's decor is very nice right now. Does Tampa fall apart in the future without Yzerman? Tampa's in a very tough situation as far as salary cap goes. Not necessarily for this coming season. I think they've gotten a remotely under control for this coming season. But next summer, they have a whole new crop of RFAs that they have to sign that is going to be a big problem. I think Tampa has to win this year. If Tampa doesn't win the Cup this year, they are in big, big trouble. They're going to start losing key pieces. There's just the salary cap is there so that you don't have super teams in the NHL. You can't keep everyone, especially when you have that much talent. And I think it's Stanley Cup or bust this year for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, Sergachev's an RFA next year. Chernak is an RFA next year. Matthew Joseph is an RFA next year. There's another forward who I'm forgetting who's an RFA next year. They're screwed after this season in Tampa Bay. Absolutely screwed. They need to dump some serious salary before next summer, or they're going to be in big, big trouble. Yeah, Braden Point's not even signed yet. They don't have the money to sign him right now either. They may have just enough if he signs a $9 million deal. Yes, Anthony Cirelli is the other forward. If Point signs a $9 million deal, they might have just enough to sign him. But, God, they don't even have Braden Point signed yet. Tampa Bay is screwed. Yeah, they might bounce back this year, but beyond this year, they are in big, big trouble. I think they are going to lose a lot of talent off of that team. Did I ever take AP classes in high school? Yes, I did. I took AP English both my junior and senior year. Those were the only APs I took, but English was my best subject, one of my favorite subjects. So I took AP in English. I agree, Akuma. I agree. I think Braden Point is the best player who's currently in RFA. Absolutely. I agree with that. I think Braden Point is a 100-point player next season. Without a doubt. He is an incredibly good player. Yes. Yes, NFL Nation. Yes. Pretty much everybody. A lot. I'm a big fan of Peter Laviolette. I think he's a great coach, has been for years. So I would not be a big fan of firing Peter Laviolette if I'm the Predators. But if the Predators fail to make it past the first round again next season, I think it is possible that we could see him moved. But Laviolette's a guy who will immediately get a new coaching job if he does get fired. All right, guys. So we're approaching an hour and a half here on the stream. It is hot as balls in my room. I want to turn the AC on. I want to get this light off, but so I think I'm going to end the stream here pretty soon here. Maybe if there's any last stuff that you guys want to go through, any final thoughts, please put it in the chat so we can do that now, because I am going to start winding down this stream. I want to thank you all for being here. This was a really successful stream. I really ended up with a lot more people here than I thought I was going to, which is fantastic. But remember to like the video before you leave. That really helps out a lot. subscribe if you haven't subscribed already to the channel, although I'm pretty sure pretty much all of you are already subscribers. But thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight and talking. Thank you all for the support. I had a really great time tonight. Hour and a half. I mean, that's a good way to spend an hour and a half talking to all of you. So I'm going to go through the last few things in the chat here before we say goodbye. I know nothing about Detroit's farm system, Austin, so I can't help you there. Laviolette did win the Stanley Cup with the Carolina in 2006. Cole Caulfield, I think, is going to be a very good player. I think he's got a lot of offensive upside. No, I am not going to take my shirt off, Panther. Damn, Eddie with a classic Eddie story right there. Glenn, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Yeah, all of you, Maddie, Goldhorns, Jack, Firestrike, Eddie, everybody. Thank you guys all so much. It's great to have so many people in the chat. And this is it for the summer live stream. But hey, hockey season is not that far away, guys. I will continue having video content throughout the entire year. Hockey season will be here soon, and we'll be streaming games again. I want you guys, before you all go, I just want to say season previews will start next week. I'm going to start them next week. Like I said earlier in the chat, not all of you were here early in the chat when I said I am going on vacation this week. So, or this weekend, I mean. So there will be no videos coming on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. The video for tomorrow and on Friday has already been recorded and uploaded, just scheduled to drop on one coming tomorrow, and then on Friday will be Remember Him, which I always do every Friday. I will be then there will be nothing on Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. I'll pick up again on Tuesday next week, and we will be starting season previews, so cannot wait to do those. Those are always a lot of fun. Those usually get a lot of views. Those are one of the top videos on my channel as far as, recorded content that generally gets a good number of views. So I'm excited for that. Hopefully we can get the sub count starting to go back up. For sure, the subscriber count over the last couple of weeks have gone down a decent amount. Obviously, I think a lot of that is because those are people that subbed probably during the playoffs that weren't huge fans of the channel to begin with, just happened to sub during a playoff stream, and then over the summer maybe decided to unsub, and just not as much going on in the summer as well. So I think that's played a role in that. But I really hope to get the sub count going back, headed in the right direction very soon here. I think doing season previews will play a big role in that. And then as we get closer to the season, I think we're going to get to 1,000, hopefully pretty early on this season, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that season previews will be starting next week. I can't wait for that. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to end the stream now. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will be talking to you guys very soon. Peace out, y'all, and thanks for watching.